All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel. Guys, we have a short and interesting video to do for you today on the Vosteed Valkyrie. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Loggin TV, and let's get started. Now, as you guys know, this is a knife that I purchased from my buddy Justin over at White Mountain Knives. I saw it come out. I was excited to check it out. White Mountain Knives, guys, check them out. You can get 10% off with code KnivesFAST at checkout. So I was very excited about this knife. I wasn't able to get it when it first dropped. I saw it come to White Mountain Knives. I picked it up. So this is not a review. I will give you some stats and specs and things like that, but this is not really a review. This is kind of my experiences with the knife. I've only had this for 3 or 4 days, and I'm returning it, in all honesty. And some of you aren't going to like what I have to say in this video, and others of you probably will like what I have to say in this video. At the end of the day, I think Vosteed as a company is killing it. I'm excited. I got the Labrador coming in to check out. I have enjoyed checking out, where is it? The Thunderbird, and I've had no issues with the Thunderbird at all. This is a great knife. I had the what's it called? The curved one, the Vosteed Nightshade in here, and I loved that knife. I loved it. I got to give it away. Fantastic knife. But I saw a video the other day on the Vosteed Raccoon lock failing, and then I had like 6 people within an hour ask me, hey, you just got a Valkyrie, does the lock fail on it? So as you guys know, hopefully by now, you might have seen my short. I literally took out a notebook, okay, about a 100-sheet notebook, and I tapped on that notebook with this knife. I did not whack. I'm tired of people saying, why are you treating the knife like a hammer? I did not. I lightly tapped on that notebook and the lock failed. I have since done a full test where I have put a lot of pressure on the lock, and you are correct. It has not failed in that way. But it did fail on now. A lot of people were saying, how many times did you do it? You saw it on the video, okay? I turned on the camera. I tapped it a few times. It failed. I tapped it another 1 or 2 times. I stopped. And that's all I have done to this knife. I didn't sit here and senselessly beat and abuse the knife, as some people have said. Now, I know it's not a hammer. I would never use the spine of a knife. I did it because I was asked by viewers to check and see, so they could have an idea of how to make decisions about either their purchase or whether they want to purchase one. And that's what I do as a reviewer. Now, as far as the knife itself, the G10 feels great. It is very textured. It is chamfered. Their clip is not one of my favorites because it is so shallow. I will say it feels good in the hand. It does come in and out of the pocket pretty well. And it is tip up, left and right carry, which is great all the way to the end. Nice chamfer here. Very good in the hand, except back here, it does feel a bit 90 degrees. It could have been knocked down a little bit more, in my opinion. And I think the flare in the handle is what causes that, because it's really digging me right there. Up here, it feels wonderful. Also, choking up on the flipper tab feels good. You got a nice landing spot here, and then like a harpoon here that feels really good for your thumb as well. Nice lock bar, nice sharpening choil here. You do have a kind of a shiny coating. It is knocked down a little bit with kind of a stone wash, which is great. Beautiful swedge. This is the Saks version, and I really like it. The action, not as good as the Thunderbird. It is kind of sluggish like the Raccoon I had in, and lockup, is okay. I mean, not lockup, KC, you know what I mean, like the D10, the spring. Okay, it's pretty good, but again, It can be fidgety as long as you get in a good rhythm, but you got to give it some to get it down. You can see there it didn't go all the way down. But, really cool knife. It does cut well. I did do a little bit of cutting with it. Really cool. Let's give the specs. We're not going to get into everything else. That's about it. Now, none of these are available currently on White Mountain Knives, but I'm sure he will restock soon. It may be because Vosteed is working on maybe a fix or something. I don't know. I do know they've been really nice to people that have complained, and they are treating it, like a warranty issue. They are dealing with it, taking them back, or sending people new buttons, which is great. These are 7.62 overall. The blade length is 3.26. The blade thickness is 0.118. Nice thin stock. 154 cm with a flat grind. This is a Sachs style blade or Wharncliffe. Handle length is 4.36. Handle width 0.94. 3.39 ounces, which is great for this size of knife. And it is made in China by Vosteed. And I believe, are these designed by Yudong? Hold on, give me a second. Oh boy, why did it just fly off my screen? No, it just says designed by Vosteed. So I'm not sure if he was the designer or not. Now, comparison-wise, we'll just do this real quick. The Ontario Rat 1 is significantly bigger in the blade and the handle. And the Rat 2 is going to be a little bit smaller, as you can see there. Very, very, I like the design. I love the blade shape. I really do. For those of you that don't like some of the other Wharncliffes because they don't have kind of a pokey blade, this one does. So let's boil this down. A lot of people have asked me, would I use this knife? I'm returning it, so the answer is no. I don't fear for it failing, but if what's happening is you're putting pressure on, when I hit it on the notebook, you're putting pressure on the spring, and the spring is giving way, or the alignment of the button into the hole, or the notch is not, the tolerances maybe aren't where they are. I don't know what the problem is, but my question is, when you start cutting something, like let's say I cut wood or I cut into cardboard and I get stuck and I pull back, is it going to fail? And I don't know the answer to that. My guess is probably no. But I just don't, when I buy a locking knife, I want it to lock. And I've been told by several people that know the inner workings of knives that, a plunge lock should be very secure. And, I believe that. I agree with that. So, is it a test that you should normally do on a knife? Probably not. Does it mean the knife is a failure? No. And as a matter of fact, I have said over and over again, many people have done this, and I would say around 30% of the people I've talked to, and I'm guessing, have had failures. So that's a pretty good, again, they have quite a few knives out there that are locking up just fine. This particular one is not. So there you go. That's my thoughts. This is not a review. It's just my thoughts on the knife. And there you go. So I hope you guys, I don't know about enjoyed, but I hope you got something out of this video. Let me know down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, hopefully. And thank you so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel.